The Fire and the Stars, Abram's Great Promise. Abram was tired. Not physically tired from walking across the dry plains, but soul tired. He was a wealthy man, a follower of the one true God, but he carried a heavy secret worry. He had no children. That night, as Abram lay awake, the darkness was suddenly filled with a bright, comforting presence. A powerful voice spoke, "Fear not, Abram, I am your shield, and your reward shall be very great." Abram sat up quickly. "Lord God, what good is any reward if I remain childless? The one who will inherit my estate is Eliezer of Damascus, a servant born in my household." Abram felt brave enough to speak his truth to the heavens. The voice reassured him, "No, Eliezer will not be your heir. You will have a son, Abram, born from your own body, who will inherit everything." The presence then led Abram out of his tent and into the silent night air. "Look up now toward the heavens," commanded the voice. "Count the stars, if you are able to count them. That is how many descendants you will have." Abram gazed up at the endless pinpricks of light scattered across the darkness. He took a deep breath. He chose to believe what he could not see. Because of Abram's faith, God spoke again, sealing the promise. "I am the Lord who brought you out of Ur of the Chaldeans to give you this land to possess." But Abram, needing something solid to hold on to, respectfully asked, "Lord God, how will I know that I will possess it?" The voice responded not with anger, but with instructions. "Bring me a 3-year-old heifer, a 3-year-old female goat, a 3-year-old ram, a turtle dove, and a young pigeon." This was the ancient way of making a solemn treaty. Abram obediently took the animals. He cut the 3 large animals down the middle and laid each half opposite the other, creating a solemn, empty path between them. He did not cut the 2 birds. Soon, buzzards and eagles began to circle, trying to feast on the sacrifice, but Abram stood guard and drove them away. As the sun began to set, a deep, heavy dread, a horror of great darkness fell upon Abram. He fell into a trance-like sleep. In this dreamlike state, the voice told him of the future. "Know for certain that your descendants will be strangers in a land that is not theirs, and they will be servants there for 400 years. But the voice added hope. "But I will judge that nation, and afterward they shall come out with great possessions. And you yourself shall go to your ancestors in peace. You shall be buried in a good old age." When the sun had completely set and the darkness was thick, Abram watched in awe as a smoking firepot and a blazing torch passed slowly between the pieces of the sacrifice. God himself, represented by the fire and smoke, had walked the path. The covenant was sealed. The promise was real. The land, from the river of Egypt to the great river Euphrates, would belong to his descendants forever.